All right, sorry about that. Mixed up my times here. All right, so it's about 3 o'clock. We will get started. Hello, everyone. I see some new names. My name is Riva. I'm going to be filling in for today. And I'm actually going to be filling in for the next 2 weeks on Thursdays. For anyone who does know me, this is actually going to be my last 2 weeks with CalPERS. So I hope to see you here next week and the week after that. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to be starting from a standing position. You can start to make your way there. Chair's going to be close by, but we're not quite onto it yet. Awesome. And let's just take a moment here to drop in, detach from whatever you were doing before you hopped on and whatever else you still have left to do for the day. And we're just going to start with a couple of cleansing breaths. So rolling the shoulders back, chest nice and open, crown of the head reaching up. Let's take a big breath in through the nose. And exhale, sigh it out. Good. And a big breath in. And a big breath out. And one more big breath in. And a big breath out. Beautiful. From here, we're going to go into some nice, easy neck circles. So just starting to draw a circle with the tip of your nose. Being mindful of the breath as we're moving here. Remembering the more you breathe, the more everything will relax. The next time your chin reaches your chest, go ahead and switch directions, drawing those circles the other way. Still breathing deeply here. And the next time your chin comes to your chest, you're just going to hold here. Hands are going to come to the back of your head, interlace your fingers, and just apply a little bit of pressure here. Take breaths into the back of the neck. And take a full breath in through the nose together. And exhale, sigh it out. Beautiful. From here, go ahead and release your hands, bring your head back to neutral. From here, we're going to take a big inhale as we reach the arms up. And exhale, we're going to drop that left arm and tip up and over towards the left side. I am mirroring you. Big breaths into the side of your waist. Good. And then from here, we're going to release that right hand all the way down, making a half T. Good. Once you're here, make sure we're dropping that left ear towards your left shoulder. You should start to get a nice opening through the side of the neck. Big breaths here. The next time you inhale, go ahead and turn your palm facing up. Breathe here, noticing if that changed anything for you. Good. And then if you'd like even more still, you're going to reach that bottom hand up and over, taking it to your ear. And instead of pushing your head down, think of pulling your ear up. Good. Big breaths. Let's take a full breath in through the nose together. And exhale to sigh it out. Beautiful. From here, you're just gently going to release everything back to neutral. Hands down to the sides. We'll do that same sequence on your second side. So when you're ready, inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, tipping off towards the other side here. Big breaths into the side of the waist. Beautiful. When you're ready, go ahead and drop that bottom arm down, and we'll release that top arm, taking it into a half T. Good. Making sure you're dropping your right ear towards your right shoulder. Big breaths into the side of the neck. And the next time you inhale, go ahead and flip the palm facing up towards the ceiling. Breathe here. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, if you'd like a little bit more, you're going to reach that bottom arm up and over, taking it to your ear. Beautiful. And instead of pushing your head down, think of pulling your ear up. Good. Big breaths. Beautiful. When you're ready, you're just gently going to release everything all the way back to center. Awesome. From here, go ahead and take your hands out long. We're going to start to just make some easy wrist circles here. One way and the other. Oh, maybe get some sound effects here. Good. From here, go ahead and make a stop sign with your right hand. You're going to use your left fingertips to just gently pull your fingertips towards you. It's a little later in the day for me, a little later in the week. I'm getting my mirroring mixed around, but you get the idea here. Good. Go ahead and switch directions. So now you're going to flip that around, palm facing you, and gently pull fingertips towards the belly. Good, big breaths. Awesome, when you're ready, gently release, and then we're just gonna do the same thing on the other side. So making a stop sign with your right hand, left fingertips are just gonna gently pull towards your face. Good, and go ahead and release, flipping that palm around, now pulling your fingertips towards your belly. Good, and then you can gently release, then we'll just shake it out a little bit. Awesome, from here you can release the hands down to your sides, and we're just gonna start with some super easy shoulder rolls here in reverse. Good, and as you're rolling here, really think of rolling the shoulders all the way up and all the way back, almost kind of puffing up through the chest as you roll the shoulders back. Good. Awesome, from here, go ahead and start to roll those shoulders forward. Good, then we're gonna go into big arm circles in reverse. Nice full range of motion here, letting that chest puff up as you take the arms back. Good, and then we'll go ahead and switch directions, drawing those big circles forward. Beautiful, when you're ready, you're just gonna release your hands down to your sides, and then we're gonna go ahead and come to a wall. So go ahead and shift around the room as needed. The view is gonna change a little bit here. So just bear with me. You'll see where we're going. Once we get there though, you're gonna come to just the back of the door, a little bit of space on your wall. And we're gonna start with the hammock pose. So your hands are gonna come to the wall. Once you're here, you're just gonna take a few steps back, and we're gonna find this somewhat of a hammock position. So letting your chest sink down toward the floor. If you have a yoga practice, this is very similar to like a melting heart or a puppy pose. As you're doing that, think wrapping the armpits in towards each other, and sending some big breaths into the upper back, into the shoulders. Full breaths in and full breaths out. Good, one more, full breath in and a full breath out. Beautiful, you're just gonna slowly come off of the wall here, and we're gonna go into our pec stretch. So you're gonna take your right hand to the wall, arm extended on the inside of your right arm. And then from here, you're going to look over your left shoulder and start to turn away from the wall. And you should start to get a nice opening through the pec line here. Big breaths in and big breaths out. Beautiful. Go ahead and slowly unwind, bring yourself back to center. We're going to switch sides, left hand to the wall, stepping onto the inside of your left hand. Good. Look over your right shoulder, start to turn away from your roll and come into your chest pec stretch on this side. Big breaths in and big breaths out. Good, one more full breath in and full breath out. Slowly unwind, come back to center, and then you can actually just come back to wherever you were, or you can stay where you are if that works for you. We're going to continue working our way down. We're going to go to the hips, keep your chair close by, feet a little bit wider than hip width apart. We're going to start to draw some easy hip circles here one way, and then the other. I always like to get things just a little bit warm before we stretch them out, so we're not going into our stretches completely cold. Good, then from here, we're gonna go into the hips and a little bit of the lower body. So from here, I would like you to grab a hold of your chair, and you're going to take it to the front here. Taking the chair out in front of you. Good, and we're actually gonna step back first with our left foot. So chair's in front of you, big step back with that left foot, and you can use the arm of your chair for support if you need it. Once you're here in a somewhat of a lunge position, focus on dropping your hips forward and down. So you're really starting to open up through the front of that left hip. Big breaths in and big breaths out. Beautiful. From here, you're just going to step that left foot up, and we're going to come into a hamstring stretch. So take a few steps back, I'm gonna go ahead and take my foot to the armrest so you can see it, but you can take yours to your seat. Make sure you keep that foot nice and flexed, toes pointed towards you. From here, we're just gonna hinge from the hips, keep a nice flat back. And if you need more support here, use your hips, use your chair, but try not to push down on your thigh here. We risk overextending the hamstring a bit when we do that. So just finding support some other way other than pushing down on your quad. Big breaths in and big breaths out. Good, then from here, you're just gonna slowly come out, and I'm gonna give you two options for this next one. You have the option to take this seated, or you're gonna do this standing if you wanna challenge your balance just a little bit with me today. So we're gonna cross the left ankle over the right knee. I'll show you from the front here. And then once you do that, you're gonna keep this top foot flexed, keep actively pushing your top knee away, and you're gonna send your hips back and down. We're gonna come into a figure four. So that's option one. Option two, if you're just feeling really unstable and you're like, I'm just trying to stretch my hips a little bit, you're gonna take this seated, same exact position, ankle over the knee, actively pushing that knee away. If you like a little bit more, you're gonna start to hinge forward. And if you like a little bit more passive, you're just gonna sit up nice and tall here. So 3 options there for you available, just working with whichever works best for you today. Good, when you're ready, you can go ahead and release, come to stand, shake it out a little bit. And we'll do that same thing on that second side. So now taking a big step back with your right foot, coming into that lunge. Back heel is lifted. Make sure your knee, ankle, toe are all going the same direction, straight ahead. And then that front knee should never come past your toe. Big breaths into the front of the right hip. Good, when you're ready, big step back with that right foot, shake it out a little bit. We're gonna go into that hamstring stretch. So right foot on your armrest or on your chair, and you're gonna flex the feet here, toes pointed towards your face, hinging forward, big breaths into the right hamstring now. Good, when you're ready, you're gonna slowly come out, shake it out, and then you're gonna find that figure four stretch, any of those 3 versions that you would like to work with. So I'll let you decide. Ankle's gonna cross over the knee, you're gonna send the hips back and ooh, a little tight on this side and down. Good, find your breath again. Remember, the more you breathe, the more everything will relax. Good, when you're ready, you're gonna slowly come out of that, and then we're all gonna meet in our chair for our last few minutes together here. So readjusting your space as needed. Coming to your chair, having a seat. Awesome, feet are going to be flat on the floor, knees together. And we'll just take a big breath in to sit up nice and tall. And exhale, we're gonna twist over towards the left, looking over your shoulder. Use each inhale to sit up a little bit taller. And each exhale to twist a little bit deeper. Good, again, inhale, sit up nice and tall. And exhale, twist a little deeper. Good, again, inhale. And exhale. And we'll slowly unwind, making your way back to center. And we'll switch directions. So inhale, sit up nice and tall. Exhale, twist, looking over your left shoulder, your right shoulder, other shoulder. And again, inhale to sit up nice and tall. And exhale to twist. Good, again, inhale. And exhale. And one more big breath in. And a big breath out. Beautiful. You're going to slowly just unwind, bring yourself back to center. And we're just going to take one more mindful moment before you head off into the rest of your afternoon. Hands onto your thighs, palms facing down, shoulders rolled back, crown of the head reaching up. Either closing the eyes or just finding a nice easy gaze in front, whatever feels best to you here. Just letting everything start to settle. Finding some stillness, not just physically, but mentally, seeing if we can just still and quiet the mind for just a moment. Just focusing on the breath, noticing how you feel, slowing the breath down, slowing the mind down. And we'll end with 3 cleansing breaths together. So we'll keep the eyes closed or a nice easy gaze. Big breath in through the nose, fill up. Exhale, open the mouth, let it go. Big breath in. And a big breath out. And one more big breath in. And a big breath out. You can slowly flutter the eyes open if they were closed. Wiggling the toes, wiggling the fingertips. Coming back into your room, back into your day. That concludes our wellness timeout for today. Thanks so much for tuning in. Like I said, give me the end of the week this week and the next 2 weeks. Thanks so much for being here. I look forward to seeing you over the next 2 weeks. And yeah, if you have any questions or any feedback, feel free to pop it in the chat.